You created, with the First Lady Michelle Obama, a big vegetable garden in the White House.
Yep.
Maybe a small thing in the big picture, but why was that important?
Well, it was the first vegetable garden since the 1890s. And it was important because it was a symbolic move to show the country and really the world how important it was, where our food came from, how it grew, the importance of health and nutrition, and to show the country that the First Lady was planting and harvesting vegetables with young kids and really making those connections. And for us, it was a way to really test how ready was the country for her to take on these big issues. And the response that we got was extraordinary, not just in America, but it went all over the world. And I think she really knew that this was the right time for this issue.
Why does a company like NBC engage in these food questions?
Well, I think NBC, as well as all kinds of companies across every spectrum, are starting to engage in food issues because, most importantly, people care about it. Every family is dealing with the issues of how do you feed your children healthy? How do we get better health ourselves? 1 in 3 of our youngest kids are on track to have diabetes in their lifetime. So this is an issue that everybody is grappling with in some way, shape, or form. And so from a media standpoint, people just care. From a business standpoint, these issues are costing businesses huge amounts of money. And the culture is changing so that there's profits to be made for doing better by our community. So I think you're having a pretty powerful convergence of these issues, and so the media is starting to follow.
Doesn't it take a long time to give people new food habits?
Oh, this is a generational endeavor. If you look at the United States, just as an example, it took us 30, 40 years to kind of get ourselves into this mess that we're in terms of health and food. Maybe longer, depending on how you want to count the years. So it's going to take us decades to get out. There's no one answer. There's no one thing that we can do. It's going to be lots of steps forward over many, many years and honestly many generations. I think it's going to take us a couple generations to even give ourselves a chance to solve this problem. So the amount of progress we've made over the last, say, 8 years has been unprecedented, extraordinary. We have a tremendous amount of momentum. But the work is nowhere near done. And it's up to all of us to be quite strategic about, okay, where do we place our energy, what's working, what's not, and then how do we really take it to the next level? And I think that's what the Eat Forum's all about. I think that's what the work of the next, say, 5 years really needs to be.